Dylan White, I'm embarrassed by that performance against Tyson Fury, man. Just no heart in there, man. No heart, man. Nothing. Do you know what I mean? He should have. He didn't leave it on the line, did he? He's waited all this time to get his title shot. And then they've had all these issues with pay, like the splits and stuff like that. He wanted more money. I mean, he probably deserves it, like I said, but he didn't show up to any of the press conferences. He disappeared. He was working hard in Portugal. He was working hard in Portugal, and he shows up and he does that. Come on, man, you gotta, if you do stuff like that, you then promote the fight and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but you've gotta put on a performance, haven't you? Because the crowd's against you, then, isn't it already? You've got to show up and you've got to go to war, mate. He's saying he's going to go to war, and very pally free. Nothing wrong with that. But in the fight now, he didn't. He came out southpaw, fucking, and he didn't do nothing, man. And that's credit to Fury. You know what I mean? He's a bit too much for him, wasn't it? But you're the body snatcher. Go to the body. Fury's a hard guy to catch clean, like with headshots. You go to the body, don't you? You try to break him down. I know Hatman was saying that, Dillian Whyte's not really a good pressure fighter, and that's not his game. But, bro, pressure fighting, you just put your fucking hands up, man, and walk. Do you know? Just walk to Fury, man. He's gonna hit your gloves and shit like that. Get him on the ropes and go to the body. What's hard about that? Easier said than done, but you conserve your energy as well. Just put your hands up, move your head a bit, like stuff like that. You can train that. It's not really rocket science, is it? This is what I mean. I don't understand what his team were, what they were working on. Like, you've had all this time to prepare for this fight. Like, what you're working on, like, and it's some of these coaches, shouldn't be getting paid, should they? Really. Whether Dillian Whyte, it would never be $300 million. Whether he's going to be outclassed anyway. At least you come out and you try your hardest, in it. Maybe he did try his hardest, and maybe Fury was just too good. But to me, just don't look like did fuck all. He should have let his hands go. Simple as in boxing. The only way you're gonna hurt someone is let your hands go. You can't be gun shy, mate. And it looked like he was just a frightened little kitten in there. He just didn't throw. At least guys like Chisora, they would have took it to Fury. He would have lost, but he would have let his hands go. You've got to let your hands go, mate. It's boxing. Maximum violence. You got to let your hands go. I'm not going to put Dillian Whyte down and all that, but he should have, like I said, because, he's a warrior and, he deserves his shot. Simple as. He does deserve his shot, but, you got to do more, man. You got to do more, mate. Like I said, all these shenanigans, he didn't go to any press conferences. He just didn't do any. He just disappeared. People saying he's getting to Fury's head, and he's playing mind games and all that. But it looked like Fury probably got him. Fury was friendly to him, showing respect. Maybe that put him. Maybe that threw a curveball to him, but I don't think it did. I think at the end of the day, both professionals, and to me, he didn't do enough. I think he's going to be disappointed. He didn't do any post fight interviews online. Maybe he'll do it in the next few days, because obviously he got knocked out, didn't he? So he's probably gone to hospital. And that knockdown, his tooth flew out as well, didn't it? But you've got to like the build up to the fight, you got to put on a better performance. You can't you've got to let your hands go. You got to go out in your shield, mate. You got to go out in your shield, man. Simple as, mate. And you got to make it a fight. You got to make it a fight, innit? But a few he picked him off, didn't he? The jab, dominated with the jab. He went to the body a few times. It was a complete performance, Fury looked like he studies boxing. They were ready for Whyte. So I don't understand about Whyte's team. This is what I mean. Like, this is why other sports, they take like basketball. They've got loads of different coaches to look at certain things in there. They're ready. So I don't understand Dylan White's team. They should have been ready. They should have been looking. They should have been watching Fury videos every single day, man. Prepare for everything. This is why you can't just be known as like one dimensional fighter. You're gonna have your strong style, but you've got to. It's fundamentals, doesn't it? It comes down to fundamentals. You gotta prepare for everything. Fighters like to say, "I'm just a pressure fighter." Now you can't just be that. You're gonna have one style, but say for example, I'm a short guy. I do boxing, but if I find someone who's shorter than me, they're most likely gonna press me. So I'm gonna have to fight on the back foot. So you gotta practice that. You know what I mean? But when normally I'll be pressure fighting when I'm fighting bigger guys. But there's a lot of time you gotta prepare for everything. You gotta prepare fighting on the inside, fighting on the outside, boxing a bit. You know what I mean? But with this fight, he offers a Fury fight. Dylan White were gonna outbox him, but he should have gone to him. Should have practiced bobbing and weaving, moving his head. What's hard about that? Simple as, mate. Get in there and throw your hands, mate, and fucking do that in there. But like I said, a lot of these coaches they're getting paid too much, man. Serious, mate. They're getting paid too much, man. There's so much videos out there for you. There's so much information out there. You gotta be ready. It's all preparation, and then if you prepare your hardest and you lose, then fine. But Dylan, I don't know, man. He always looks tired. You see him training is hard, but he just looks tired all the time. You know what I mean? But I think that's because Fury, like I said, Fury is a big guy, isn't he? Plus, he uses weight well. He leans on you and stuff like that. All that wrestling stuff's gonna tire you out. So whoever fights Fury needs to practice the wrestling and the inside fight and stuff like that. You've got to, otherwise that's gonna tire you out. But yeah, man, Dylan White disappointed me. Post fight, nowhere to be seen. But like I said, understandable. He just got knocked out. But come on, dog, man, you should have put a performance, man. Maximum violence. That's what I wanted to see. A fight, at least.